Hey, what's up, guys? MotorMaster19 here. I'm going to try making a different type of video. I'm going to make a things I missed from the 2000s video. Here we go. I'm going to start with music. I miss older music from artists and bands like 3 Days Grace, System of a Down, old Eminem from around the time Recovery came out, Fall Out Boy, Nickelback, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. I miss all these bands. They were all good, and they all made you feel a certain way. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I think that music today struggles to do that. Because in my opinion, a lot of the music sounds the same to me. So in like 2018 to 19, I just kind of stopped listening to new music. I just couldn't handle the same repetitive bullshit beat that rap music has now. And when I'm in the car and hear different songs on the radio sometimes, I notice that rock music is somewhat dead, and there really isn't any new rock music. Not from what I hear on the radio sometimes. I just hear replays of older songs that I liked from when I was a kid. Like Hey There Delilah, Chop Suey, Photograph, Face Down. I really miss music like this, and I wish these bands could come back and make songs like how they did back then. Because I'm tired of the music all sounding the same. Maybe it's just me feeling nostalgic, but that's what this video is all about. I have a lot more positive memories, like hearing these songs when I was hanging out with friends, hearing them in game trailers, and shitting my pants because songs back then were just better at hyping me up. How can you hear Riot by 3 Days Grace or You're Going Down by Sick Puppies and not have your adrenaline flowing? I can't think of any songs now that do that. I wish songs like the ones I mentioned would get made again. Never say never. Anyways, I miss the songs and bands a lot from back then. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is games. There were no shitty-ass games back then like Fortnite or Apex Legends. There were way better games like the Army of Two games, meaning Army of Two and Army of Two the 40th Day. Fuck Devil's Cartel. But the first two games were really fun to play with your friends or on your own. The Lego Star Wars games were really fun to play when you had friends that came over to your house back then, back when people actually used to do that. Most of the wrestling games were fun before 2K took over, like the SmackDown vs. Raw games, the 2 Day of Reckoning games, they were all good. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. I remember playing these all the time, mostly for the zombies, and I remember not being able to wait for the zombie maps to come out in DLC packs and loving most of them. I played countless hours on those. The Mortal Kombat games were really good. I remember loving Mortal Kombat Deception or Unchained. I used to play it on PSP all the time. That's probably why my vision is as fucked up as it is from staring at that little screen for hours on end. But it was fun to play. I miss all those games, and I miss when everyone would play them. A lot of the games just aren't as exciting as they used to be, in my opinion. Maybe it's just because I'm older. Either way, I love the games from back then. Another thing I miss is the YouTube videos and channels, like all the Gmod idiot boxes from Das Boo shit. I remember me and my friends would say all the goofy shit they would say in there, like gonorrhea from Coach sound clip, and I'm gonna need a sweep from Soldier Guy sound clip. You wouldn't get it unless you played the games and knew where the voice lines were from. I also like the stop motion wrestling action figure videos, 480p wrestling matches that someone recorded with a shitty iPhone 3, and they were uploaded in multiple parts. Good times. The custom zombie map videos for Call of Duty World at War, and custom campaign videos for Left 4 Dead 2. I remember wanting to get them when I was a kid and having no idea how to get them. I couldn't because I played on Xbox 360. I would also watch wrestling tribute videos where they would show highlights for a wrestler, and they would play awesome rock music like Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. The videos were badass, and you could probably still find them. Enjoy the 480p. Anyways, I used to love all those videos. They were a lot more entertaining than a lot of the content out now, in my opinion. I also miss what was on TV like Cops, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, Trailer Park Boys. There's plenty of good shows, but a lot of them aren't on the air anymore. I believe Cops got canceled for things I don't want to get into here, because it'll just start an argument and I don't need that. Breaking Bad ended a while ago, but it was a really good show and it's worth the watch. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but from the couple of seasons I did see, I really liked it. Same with Sons of Anarchy. It's a really good show about bikers and different things that go on in their lives. I didn't get to watch all of it, but from what I did see, it was good. And who doesn't like Trailer Park Boys? It's a really funny show. It's white trash type humor, and I think it's really good. It has characters like Ricky, the dumb stoner type character, Julian, the leader of the friend group who always has a whiskey glass in his hand, and many other funny characters. In my opinion, it's the only reason to get Netflix anymore. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of good nostalgic shows from the 2000s that I think are better than a lot of the stuff that's on TV now. I'm also going to talk about movies from the 2000s that I missed too. Movies like Four Brothers. It's a movie where four brothers, Mark Wahlberg, Andre 3000, Garrett Hedlund, and Tyrese Gibson, all get back together because their mother was murdered in a robbery, and they all get together to find out who did it. It's a really good movie, and all the actors are really good together. It's worth a watch in my opinion. I remember watching it all the time. Other good movies from then are movies like Talladega Nights, a NASCAR parody type movie with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. They were always good together in movies, and Step Brothers too. They are basically two grown men who act like kids. It's a funny movie. Like I said, most of their movies are funny, except Holmes and Watson. That one sucked. I couldn't even stay awake for it. It was so boring. But anyway, there was a shit ton of good memorable movies from the 2000s that I didn't mention, like the Star Wars prequels and a shit ton more. I miss those movies from the 2000s. The last thing I'm going to talk about, and I saved this until the end because I know not everyone is into it, is wrestling. I really miss wrestling from back then, especially WWE. They had a better roster with wrestlers like Chris Benoit, The Undertaker, Mick Foley, John Cena, JBL, Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Triple H, Batista. They had better storylines like the Randy Orton Legend Killer storyline, the Edge John Cena feud back in 2006 that ended with a TLC match with John Cena winning the title, the Triple H Shawn Michaels rivalry that started with them trying to find out who put Shawn Michaels' head through a car window. It turned out to be Triple H, and they had a really good street fight eventually. The violence was a lot better. There was blood, chair shots to the head. It wasn't PG back then, so you can have cursing and more violence. It was a lot better back then, in my opinion. I'd rather watch AEW now. WWE went downhill, in my opinion. I miss how it was back then. Alright guys, I wanted to try something different with this video. I really didn't even know how to start this video, so it took a while to make it. So I just talked about a bunch of different things I missed from the 2000s when I was a kid. It was fun making this video. It was nostalgic for me. I hope it was nostalgic for you guys too. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. This has been Miller Massacre 19. I'll see you guys later.